Whoa, it's the illusion reporting from somewhere on Matrix Earth. Look at that. Look at that. It's been lightly snowing all day up here, which is super nice. It was one of the things that I really wanted to have happen is, you know, to wake up with snow in the front yard. So it's been a winning day, even though it was a wicked storm last night. Wicked storm last night. But got through it, man. Got through it all. And here we are, man. The sun is setting. We're getting ready for I think another round of snow tonight, dude. Looks like we're on track for like 5 days of this. But it's a good vibe. I like it. So I thought I would do a little walk and talk. Been kind of making videos sort of about the same thing lately. And it's about, you know, what is the fear? You know, what is the fear? What is the fear? Because it's easy to have the fear. But what is it, right? And I think all fears come down to fear of responsibility. Fear of responsibility. Because responsibility is super heavy. Because it means it's just you. It's just you and your choice, right? About how you're going to approach it. So this is where I'm working on. I think I'm going to put a bench right here, like a morning nook. What do you think about this spot right here? Right there. Look at that. Look at that spot. Look at this spot right here. So I've been kind of moving some dirt out of here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build like a natural rock wall bench sort of alcove thing, you know what I mean? Like a rounded one, and just start beginning to collect rocks so that you can hang out right here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that little nook. Oh, fantastic. Right up the Kern River. North Fork of the Kern River right there. And then I'll plant some more, try to get some more of these things to grow, fill in that spot, maybe get one of these big ones that grow in there just to make this a little bit more secluded since the road's right there, but you know, there's not a lot of traffic. And so, you know, fear of responsibility, man, because it's easier to be afraid of things that you have absolutely no control over, right? It's easy to be afraid of the government, the, you know, politics, disease, media, all that kind of stuff, right? It's easier to be afraid that they're gonna come put me in a camp, or, you know, they're gonna, I don't know what they're gonna do. Can't even really think about it anymore because I'm so like past all of it. But most of all these fears, except for like real, like, you know, fear of, you know, someone's sick in your family and they might not pull it. That's like legit. But I mean like your general sort of modern day roaming around fear, right? And I think it's all fear of responsibility. And what do I mean by that? Because like when you go and get real responsible, right? You're out here, you're doing this thing that we're doing out here, and you know, you're up in the mountains. The mountains don't care. The wind didn't care last night, right? It was coming to do whatever the wind was going to do last night. And it was pretty intense, you know? Look at that, dude. Look at that. And so back to what I was talking about, fear of responsibility, right? So today I went to check the mail, and, you know, it's, they're sending me the pre-notice because we're almost coming on a year, being up here a year, right? So, you know, I got a notice from our homeowners insurance people, and our rate went up like $3,000, dude, which, you know, it's a lot of dough, dude, you know? And my first thought was like fear, like, oh God, like, ah. So I sat there for a minute, and instead of like operating in that thing, I go, okay, what do we do, dude? We go and we get all the bills, and today's the day I just, bill day, dude, and get everything organized for the next 30 days. What's up, goaters? What's going on? How you guys doing? Responsibility, right? Got to make sure they're A-okay. And so I got all my bills organized, and it's a little bit overwhelming always. And then I put the insurance one last in the pile, because I didn't have to pay it, like, it's not coming up for a while. And I was like, all right, I had to call my insurance agent. She's super cool. I called her up. I go, hey, I'm looking at the thing, and it went up like a bunch. She's like, oh yeah, dude. She's like, everybody's getting hit with this one. It's like across the board, right? And I'm like, whoa. And she, she's awake. She knows what's going on. And it's all that like Agenda 2030 stuff, right? The fire insurance for the, because we live in the wildlands, right? You get out in the country, you live in the wildlands and your whole thing, and, they get you that way, right? But, so I'm talking to her about the whole thing, and the minute I hit that tone with it, like the truther narrative tone, I go, oh, okay. Anytime that tone comes up, the Agenda 2030, New World Order, like, blah, all that kind of stuff, that's the lack model. The abundance model says, dude, don't even sweat it, dude. It'll all work out, right? So I talked to her, and she's like, let me crunch the numbers and see what's going on, and maybe we change your deductible, whatever. So I talked to her, right? Like, and what I'm getting about is, like, I have to take responsibility for that reality, dude. Like, it's got to be handled, dude. There's nobody else is going to make sure it happens. And the vultures are waiting for me not to take care of it, right? And, whoa, let's see what's going on in here. Happy plants, dude. Oh, the happy plants are happy they are, dude. Nice and warm in here, dude. Come back and do a little bit of watering in a second. But, so I got on the thing, and then I was like, all right, next phase is to just, get all the bills organized and do the shuffling and the whole thing. And as I'm in the process, like, I can't be in fear of financial insecurity, because, like, I'm proactively taking responsibility for it all, right? I'm making phone calls. I'm doing the next indicated action. I'm organizing myself. I'm facing it, right? I'm facing the thing. And what I see going on is my analysis of the situation that's going on Spaceship Earth right now, or Matrix Earth right now, is fear of responsibility. Because it's easier to blame the boogeyman, nuclear bombs, dude, Putin, Biden, Trump, someone's going to save me, someone's going to save me, someone's going to doom me, someone else, it's someone else and someone else. And when I'm here walking the land, like, I got to take responsibility for all my actions, right? And I think I learned it the hardest with the chickens earlier on, when my chickens got eaten. It was my fault, right? So, like, last night it was snowing, it was super windy, and I had my concrete all wrapped up in my pallet of concrete, right? I think I might have mentioned this in the other video, but the tarp took off and, like, went right down the alleyway here and headed through the thing. And I had to come in here and rewrap all my concrete up at 11 o'clock at night in a, howling 65 miles per hour wind with snow and cold and grim. But I was like, No one else is going to save my concrete. You know, I was like, I don't want to lose my pallet of concrete. I got plans for that stuff, right? And like, that's why everybody's looking for a leader. Somebody else to take responsibility. Someone else to blame when it goes wrong. That's the folly of it all. That's the folly of the whole thing. Like right now, I just realized my crossbow target probably blew away in the wind last night, and I probably should go find it, but we'll do that in a little bit. Can't blame the wind, man. Wind doesn't care. Mountains don't care. That really has become the overarching theme lately that really just invigorates me and inspires me and makes me feel abundant, is knowing that the mountains don't care. The mountains do not care in the slightest whether I fold or I thrive. They're just there doing what mountains do, which is just being mountains, man. And I get that's why people don't want to leave the city. That's why the whole grid's been set up the way it is, the matrix, if you will, because in order to do this thing, you have to face the matrix dead on and give it its dues, right? And realize the matrix doesn't care either, man. It's all a trick. And the minute you start taking responsibility for yourself, this is my other little spot. I got the our wood stumps. I like to sit out here in the morning, and that's my view, my morning view right there. That and that kind of right there. Look at that. Fantastic. I more just wanted to take a walk around with you and show you around, and I don't know, because you too can take responsibility for yourself. You can. And stop giving away your authority to other entities, other people. That's why there's so much friction right now. If you've noticed, the conservative people are all in conflict with each other. All pointing fingers. You're not conservative enough. You're too conservative. You're this, you're that. Like, just take a look at it. They're all infighting right now. Why? Because again, it's easier to infight about it than realize you can't save the system. You can't save America. You can't save this thing. It's broken. It doesn't work. And why doesn't it work? Is because people don't take responsibility for themselves. Of the people, by the people, for the people means 100% responsibility, you know? I've talked about it a lot on these videos, is when people decided to stop being civically involved and participating in civics and taking responsibility for their communities and their own realities through the local municipalities and local government and whatnot, they gave up their authority. And why? Because they didn't want to take responsibility for their actions. And there's plenty of people that will take responsibility for their actions, but they come from a different thing of like, their actions are based upon taking advantage of your lack of actions. I don't know. It's one of those things, right? One of the hard lessons to learn was the chickens, man. Got to take responsibility for the chickens. Make sure they're in at night, right? And make sure they're all just, it's all it is one of these. It's all you need to do. And they want to come in. They're just waiting for some leadership, because, you know, chickens, they can't really take responsibility for themselves. Not like we can, because that's what we were granted by God. with this discernment. Let's see how our buddies here. Oh, what's up? You guys are all in? Cozy, cozy? Fantastic. All right. That gets me stoked. Yeah, and that's, you know, that's why they don't want you raising. See, like, it's weird, like you get into the chickens because you think it's about the eggs. I want the eggs, right? On which the eggs are rad too. We haven't gotten any off this batch yet. You know what's rad about all the animals? They're cool, man. They're cool. And they know that you take care of them. And they like you for it. Like, those chickens are like our friends, man. Like, I think when I lost the first batch of chickens due to my own irresponsibility, and I realized like how dependent they are and how responsible I am. Like, there's the snow, look at that right there. For them I am, but it's not a burden, it's a gift. Like, being responsible for your own actions is a gift. Yeah, it's a lot of like work and stress and like, yeah, you don't get to like shirk your responsibilities and you know, like, what's up with the tree, dude? Like, I hope it pulls it. I don't know. But the animals, man, why they're rad is because they know what you do for them. And I think that's why they don't want people having animals in this sort of environment. That's why they're against the whole agriculture and farming stuff, because once you know your animals, you know that they have a depth to them that shows you a path, right? It shows you God in a weird way. That's why, you know, that's why we're supposed to be stewards of this whole thing, is to, again, take responsibility. Like, we are responsible for our stewardship of this Eden. Yeah, I mean, it's hectic, it's chaotic, it's all of the above. But it's beautiful at the same time, because it's trying to show you the thing that at the end of the day, you got to take responsibility for yourself. That's why they don't want you getting on the land. The power brokers, for those who are always, who is they? The power brokers, the archons, the devil, Satan, whatever you want to call them, dude. The abusers, the narcissist, the people that seek power over grace, you know? They don't want you to know about this. They want you to seek it through somebody else too. Like, all you need is God, man. But, you know, God is a very real thing, and you can't fake your responsibilities, man. So anyway, link down below. I hope you enjoyed the walk around, and more will be revealed. Oh, look at you see the stars? There's some planets there. Right there, man. That's pretty cool. That's beautiful. The birds, the whole thing. Anyway, it's Illusion signing off. Links down below if you want to contribute to the dream. It's a crowd-funded reality, and it's also the most important thing you can do is just use the name tags and be kind to people. All right, it's Illusion signing off from Matrix Earth.